Oh, I'm such a loser. Not too shabby. Oh, dude, look at that kick turn. He's like, that was pretty cool. That alone is pretty cool. If you could manage to like kick turn it into a 360 to a 720 to a 1080, that would be dope. They make it like easy as pie in this fucking game. That's nice. Oh, sorry, taxi cab. I didn't notice you there. My bad. Nice little pop shove it. What did they call that? A nollie? That looked more like a pop shove it to me, but okay. That's how you break your ankle if you land like that. You really gotta prepare for the landing. If you keep your shit all like you're still in the air, that's the way you get injured. .187 on a motherfucking cop. Hey, look, you don't want to fuck with this skater. Just keep eating your donut. Trust me. This skater is packing, and they will waste you. Gangsta ass skater over here. Played way too many video games. Own way too many guns to tolerate being bullied by anybody. Let alone an authority figure telling me I can't skateboard here. This is not the day and age to be ordering people around. You know what? If I damage your curb, just be glad I didn't damage your brain with a bullet, bitch. That's the way it is. It's like I got a lot of problems and no ways to deal with them. If skateboarding is one of my ways of dealing with my horrible problems, then that's cool. Let me do it. Ah, it's only gonna hurt me in the end. I'll probably be dead by tomorrow, so... This is just what I'm doing because it's so hot. It's so hot outside. It's like 107 degrees. It's ridiculously hot outside. I'm not even trying to play this right. Like, if I was trying to play it right, I'd be using my... Yeah, I'd be doing shit like that. I'm pretty much just satisfying that need to flip. I know some of you have it. You're always flipping your TV remote controls. You're always like... What? Flipping anything you can? Pretty much. Oh, I should really do the tutorial again. I really don't know how to play this. It's been a minute. I want to know how to grind better. Let's say, who doesn't, right? Oh, oh yeah. Grind it. It's not even an option. What the fuck am I thinking? I know I've done a grind in this goddamn game before. Whatever. Let's take it from the top. Jesus. I feel like such a noob. Yeah. What did I do wrong, you guys? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm not sure. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Cool. You know, his shoes remind me of a Nintendo Switch. I wonder if this is a Switch game. Yeah, I do tend to push it to the limit. That's why I have those sketchy ass last second landings. That's what you call last minute shit and pushing it to the limit. And that's literally kind of the way I led my entire life. You know, some of those video games and more episodes weren't ready until the day I was going live. That's one example. That last minute kind of bullshit. It's no way to live. Best if you get your shit done immediately, and then you don't have to live totally stressed out and end up shaky when you're an old man. But it's alright, I can still skateboard in real life, so I'm not quite as good as this guy, but it depends on what skateboard deck I use. If I'm using the cruiser deck, it's a little more difficult to be that elite. But you know, Jeremy Klein did it. He could ride a cruiser deck and be fucking elite, so I guess I need to practice more at that. You know, they're heavier, and they're definitely not as aerodynamic. Like, the design that we use these days is basically, ouch, optimized. You know, I really prefer the dimensions of a Flip brand skateboard deck, because Tom Penny, he usually has that weird, like, what is it? It's like 7.63. I think it's the measurement for the width. And it's literally perfect for, like, my little old size 9s, you know? Which is funny to say, because size 9 is basically completely average. I have the most average feet on the face of the planet, according to, like, statistics. But so be it. I guess 9s are little. I guess being average, I always knew it, because, like, you know, when they say the average human IQ is 100, and mine's like what, 140 if I'm lucky, you know, that makes sense, because, like, most people seem pretty stupid to me, so I guess my feet do seem little to big feet motherfuckers. Go figure. Alright, I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna go to a different tutorial thing. Even though I should have passed this, right? Move your front foot forward on the board to shift your weight. You know why they're telling me that. That's exactly why. You can see why. Okay, I did it. I just had to understand why they were asking me to do it. The reason why they're asking me to do that is because you're never gonna ollie if you can't shift your foot. Like, ollie isn't about kicking, it's about kicking hard and forcefully, sure, but you gotta kind of start with your front foot in the middle, and then you gotta kind of slide it up, almost like you're lifting the board with the side of your shoe, you know, but hopefully when you kick hard enough with your back foot, you're propelling it, like, up into the air, so it's really more like you're balancing it rather than propelling it, but it's a little bit of both. It's like the grip tape is gripping the side, but, you know, there's a multitude of ways you might get air. But that's why it was asking me to do that goofy fucking gesture. It's not that goofy. Alright. Oh, that's what you want? Alright then. That was a 360 shove it. That was tight. Whatever. Son of a bitch. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. Don't make me. I'll pop a cap in your ass. I think I need a painkiller. Getting that surly, I'm dope sick attitude that I always get every 2 hours. Let me see. Move your back foot backwards. And yeah. Oh, I see. We're doing a kickflip. Alright. No. Like that, yeah. Like that. Body spin, yeah. Yeah, I know triggers, alright? I'm just spinning. I just did the laziest way to get through that. Alright. Push steering up, push off. Yeah. I've been using the X button mostly to propel forward, but okay. Steer, brake is B. Yeah. Man, I could do this all day. This is practically heavenly. If I could find a parking lot this big, I might just cruise all day long. It's like, look at me go. Like, in reality, I know those buildings look like they're getting really close, but we're never gonna reach them. We could just do this all day. I don't know why my skater thinks he's like a goofy foot skater. That's stupid. There, we're regular foot. That's better. I programmed him to be regular foot, and if he's skating Mongo and goofy foot, it's really confusing. I don't know what that's all about. And he's still skating Mongo! What the fuck? This is not normal. No, let's skip. Skip everything. Skip everything! Get me out of here. I'm serious, dude. Look, oh. How did my stance get to goofy? I swear to God, I had it set to regular. That's the kind of shit life does to me just to fuck with me and make me act like an asshole. I know I had that on regular, but here I am acting all like, oh, surprised to see it's on goofy. Looking like a bitch. You know what? It's alright. We got it on regular now. Okay. There. Yeah. Alright. I don't know really how useful that was, but hey, you know what? Let's skateboard or hey, he's still skating Mongo. I don't like that. Maybe if I use the A button to propel myself, that's the problem. If I do the X button, he's Mongo. If I do the A button, it's regular foot. Oh, almost cleared the gap. It's got my back trucks hung up on the curb a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this song, man. Interpol. Nobody listens to that band anymore, do they? It's alright, fuck them. I do. You know, they're kind of like Weezer, but like even nerdier. Nerds that rock. Yeah, Weezer, Interpol, basically. You can tell by the sound of the music, really. It's like, that's not Chuck Berry, okay? We can tell. It's a little bit more methodical and mechanical, but at the same time, they still got soul. You can hear it every once in a while. It's not the main theme of the song to have soul. That's usually like about 15 seconds. That's the way nerds write music. Something catchy, and they save enough, like 15 seconds worth of soul. That's pretty much. I like it. It's good. It is very catchy. I think maybe being catchy and having good hooks might be even more important than having soul. Sometimes I think that, until I meet people that don't have soul, and they tell me to get away from them because they don't like me. And then I realize, fuck, got too much soul. I guess I better try to promote it more, because people without soul, they hate me. They hate the fuck out of me. I don't blame them. I'm not despicable, but I am dislikable, that's for sure. Alright, let's try a little harder. We can do this. Nice. That was tight. That's literally... I could literally just keep jumping this gap all day. I know that's not a very good stream, but it's a good thing. Oh man, I got hung up on the bike rack. How embarrassing. Oh well. You know, it's basically... That's a sizable gap, dude. That's the width of a car. Hello? If you can jump on your skateboard the width of a car, that's a pretty good trick. I mean, like, I'd be all like, yeah! You know? You know, some skaters, they bust out the moves all day long. It's like, no big deal. You know, that's fine. Some of us smoke cigarettes. And we gotta, like, take a run and take a break. You know, it's not a competition, man. All right, it's not a fucking competition. You skate the way you skate. That's it. If you smoke and you gotta sit down on the curb for 5 minutes every time you do a trick, so be it. That's the way you skate, man. It's like the way Tom Penny, he might be skateboarding on mushrooms or God knows what that particular day, and you know what? That's none of your concern. Alright? That's none of your business what kind of drugs Tom Penny is on when he rides his skateboard. That's the way it is. Alright? You don't live his life. Okay? I just wanted to make that clear. At any rate. One of the best skateboarders in history, Tom Penny. It's too bad they never put him in Tony Hawk Pro Skater, huh? It's okay. At least you've got Jeff Rowley. It's almost as good as having Tom Penny. Kinda. Almost. Like not really, but in a different kind of way, you know? It's pretty cool to have Jeff Rowley. But Tom Penny would be way cooler. And if I would have landed that, that would have been way cooler. I still don't know how to grind or slide. I don't even know if that's like a main concern in this game. I really haven't played it enough. Let's just check out this school. See what they got around here. Man, I've never been to a school this nice. It's like a real campus. It's not even a portable or anything. No, I didn't grow up in the projects. Shit was just real ghetto in the 90s, man. Come on. I'm not making this up. Things were falling apart in the 90s. They really needed, like, help with some computers, maybe some AI or something. They used to take, like, 5 years for the road work to get done. There'd be kids living in portables, getting their schooling for practically their entire education. Because it took so long to get the inside. Like, they'd make plans, and it took them so goddamn long you were about ready to die before anything was done back in the 90s. It's no wonder I'm 40 years old and fucking playing video games still on TV, right? Not much has changed. That's the way I was raised, alright, people? Shit is not meant to change. Alright? It's meant to stay the same. Seriously. Yeah. Yo. Classes canceled indefinitely. Look at that manual. Manual for days. That's tight. You know, when I was like this tall, I used to get the wheels in the crack. You see those two lines forming an intersection right there? That big slab of concrete? I'd get my wheels lined up in the crack and practice manuals that way. Apparently, there's these attachments that you can get for the wheels now that go on the outside that practically make your wheels like square shaped, and you don't really need the crack anymore. But you know, still there's something sketchy about resting your wheels in the crack. It's probably a little less sketchy with the blocky wheel, you know, attachments. It's like training wheels for skaters, basically. But like, you know, you gotta be ready for sketchy shit if you're a skater. You know what I mean? Sketchy. You know, it's kind of like catching a Hail Mary pass right at the end zone line. Like, how did that happen? And then you land like outside, out of bounds, you know, but it still counts because if you catch it and you land out of bounds, all that does is stop the clock. Like a touchdown is a touchdown, right? But my point is, that's a sketchy way to catch a football, and freaking some skateboard shit is pretty sketchy. And if you're not prepared for sketchy shit in life, you're just gonna live a nice little cookie cutter life, aren't you? Good for you. I wish I could. My life is sketchy as fuck. I've been prepared for it the whole time, so I can't complain too much. It just wouldn't be stoic of me. But seriously, I have to stop drinking, and I'm having a hard time with that. I was going to the other day, like drinking alcohol, not like drinking water. I don't expect you to automatically think of alcohol when I say drinking. I know a lot of drunks are just that self-centered that they expect the word drinking to mean alcohol to everyone. And it's like, no, I know. When I say I've got a problem with drinking, I'm not like Leslie Nielsen in The Naked Gun, where he puts a cup to his mouth and it dribbles out all over his face and onto his pants and shit. Not that kind of a problem with drinking. I don't even have a problem with drinking, but the thing is, I need to take some medication. I've told you what it is. I don't want to talk about it right now. It'll change my mood if I have to actually admit to it now. So you can review my previous streams if you want to know what the medication is. Oh, my toe! Somebody call an ambulance! I broke my toe! But the thing is, if I want to keep my liver, I gotta quit drinking, because this medication is completely... like, it's probably gonna do liver damage by itself. Like, let alone if I were to throw alcohol into the mix. That would be like double damage. I might end up unable to drink ever again for the rest of my life. Like, that's how serious I have to take this. And that's why it was so difficult to get a prescription, I think. Is because, like, sometimes prescriptions are easy to get. Like, antibiotics. Like if you're sick and you need a Z-Pak or azithromycin, like, you can usually get it. Like, they'll try to discourage you and say, you know, but then if they test you and realize just how sick you are and that you really do have a bug, you know, they'll fucking prescribe it. But even still, that's the very nature of the problem at hand, is the bugs become resistant to the antibiotics, and then you have an entire society of vulnerable people, a la COVID-19. But that wasn't caused by antibiotics. That's basically the epidemic that we've all lived in fear of if we abuse antibiotics and overtake them. So, Even though apparently that's never really happened as far as I know. We got to experience what it would be like in the form of COVID-19, essentially. Unless you're like 5 years old and you're watching this, you probably don't remember the lockdown. And if you're 5 years old and watching this, where are your goddamn parents? Let me guess, they're at work? Where's your babysitter? Oh, they can't afford one? Why aren't you in school? Oh, it's summertime? I almost forgot. My bad. I digress, though. What, you don't think there's any 5-year-olds at home right now? Okay, wake up. Anyway. Doesn't matter. I'll bet they're having a blast. I wish I could have stayed at home alone at 5. That would have been great. I would have been, like, watching even more cartoons. Instead of, you know, they're always trying to get you to eat. Like, how long have you been watching cartoons? 8 hours? You need some food. You're gonna fade away into nothing and die if we don't feed you. It's like, do I look skinny? Do I look scrawny, lady? Do I look scrawny, father? Give me a break. You don't have to feed me. My stomach's not even growling. Am I bitching about starving? What the fuck? I'm laying here watching cartoons. How many calories am I really burning? Give me a break. Yes, I skate close to cars, especially the parked ones. When they're moving, I tend not to skate too close to them in real life. Whoa! Oh, I could have survived that. I can handle a sketchy situation. I think we already had that discussion. But it's okay. I understand this is kind of a simulation, and they're trying to teach you to be a better skater. And it's best if you don't go fucking nose first, face first into a block. It's best. I can handle it usually, but I tend to stop. I consider if my feet fall off the board, that to be a failure. If I fall over on my face, that's a real failure. Ah! That was almost what I intended. The way I was all like resting on there, like I was doing some kind of like a, what, like a fakie? Like a stall? No, fakie would be if I was riding backwards, like fucking, like almost like switch stance, basically. Impaled on my own board. I always thought that would be a good way to die. Like, at least when they find you and take you to the freezer, you know, to store you, they'd be, like, those guys would be all like, damn, skater die indeed. Impaled on your own board. Good way to die. It's kind of like dying the same way you lived, basically, in that scenario, right? He lived on the board, and he died on the board. I think that's kind of like a motorcycle rider ethos. A credo? A way of life? I don't know, man. He lived with a needle hanging out of his arm, and he died with a needle hanging out of his arm. Or she. I don't mean to sound sexist. Everybody has that same opportunity. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Pretty good soundtrack. I like it. You know, the gangsta rap song. I wonder if I can control the soundtrack. Can I? I don't think I can. Uh, well, if I knew what button to push to change the song, I'd put on the gangster rap, because, you know, it's interesting. It's kind of ironic, except it's not ironic at all, because, like, gangster rap was super popular, like, when skateboarding went from being, like, a unknown, unheard of, geeky little hobby for kids. Like skateboarding was incredibly popular in the 70s, from what I hear. And in the 80s, it kind of had a low point. Like, it kind of went on the decline in terms of, like, how many people were actually skating and how many people, like, were watching skate videos. Like, the 80s were kind of a dead zone. There were still people out there, like Bryce Knights making videos and crap. But for the most part, that was, like, a terrible time period for skateboarding. And the early 90s were still just as bad. Like, everybody was still rollerblading at the time, rather than skateboarding. But there was, right around 93, I think it was around the time, like, Nirvana was, like, super popular. Like, and also the gangster rap was super popular. It kind of like, it's kind of like skateboarding to Snoop Dogg and Nirvana was totally normal. That was literally... It doesn't seem to fit now, does it? I mean, you practically expect skaters to just be listening to, like, Agent Orange, you know, maybe some Jodie Foster's Army. You know, it's like some skate punk, sounds a little like surf punk. It seems like this almost has a surfy kind of vibe to it. Whoever this is, I didn't notice. But the thing is, nah, man, you were just as likely to be jamming to Nirvana, Snoop Dogg, or the goddamn Velvet Underground, really. Just like Tom Petty would do. This is some new wave crap. Here in my car, I feel safest of all. You know, here on my skate deck, I don't feel safe at all, but I still like being here, and I'm gonna stay here, because I'll never fall here on my skate deck. Nice. Oh, I guess I held my analog stick a little too long. God damn it. Gotta get back to regular foot. There, like that. Oh, he's skating in the grass. You know, if you got the right kind of wheels, you can really do that. I noticed... I've been trying to pay attention to the new developments in skateboarding, because, you know, it is like any other sport, like NASCAR or fucking... I don't give a fuck. Woo! Oh, creamed on the side mirror. Oh, that would hurt. Probably break the goddamn mirror off if you're going fast enough. But what am I trying to talk about? The wheels, man. The wheels. I told you already about the training wheels that they make for skaters. They also make these hella wobbly looking wheels that are like, they're round, but they got like a zigzag. They're narrower, kind of like rollerblade wheels, but they got like a zigzag design. It's a crazy... The first time I saw them, I'm like, what the fuck? This can't work, right? But I started to think about it, you know? Because, like, polyurethane wheels, they tend to get hung up on every little fucking problem. Like a crack in the sidewalk like that right there, man. If that crack is, if one level of the concrete slab is higher than the other, that's practically like a curb. And I don't know, in the video games, they try to make it look like you're just gonna roll over a curb. And you know what? There are ways to do that. But no, you're gonna slam into that curb and you're gonna go flying onto your face, get some road rash, maybe knock some teeth out. No. But these zigzag wheels, the very nature of their design was leading me to believe that perhaps it would almost be like a situation like, how can I describe this? It almost makes me think of like a droid, like an R2-D2 or something or whatever, trying to like get over a set of stairs, like in a movie, you know? It's like they're pretty much gonna have to roll over it. But if they're like, they got, you know, like a droid is more than likely gonna have wheels like a tank, you know, like that kind of a track-based wheel system. So like hypothetically, if it's like a long track, you know, yeah, that's not that complicated a scenario. But what about the wheels? What if it's more like a skateboard scenario and you don't have a goddamn track like a tank to keep you going and rolling over everything in your goddamn path? Fucking stairs, people, animals, whatever's in your way, just roll over them. You got tank tracks for wheels. Alright. I think I saw a droid in a movie one time. I think handle like, or maybe it was in a YouTube video. I forget, man. Fuck. They had a pretty clever wheel setup for dealing with the obstacles, you know. But I figure those wobbly wheels, they look hella sketchy, but I'll bet they're probably more stable than regular wheels. The only problem is the fact that they're not like round and slick like what you'd expect. I'll bet you gotta kick. I'll bet you gotta do that maneuver a lot more. You know, because the traction, like the smoothness, it basically keeps you rolling. You know, if you don't have that smoothness. I'm not a physicist, I can't really explain it, but I know what it feels like, you know. Oop. See the way he just rolls over a curb? Yeah. You know what it takes to do that? There's like an attachment that they make that goes... Here, I'll try to show you. I'm not a physicist, I can't explain it. I know what it feels like, okay? So they make these things called slappers. I think that's what it's called. Maybe a slapper is just the part that goes on there. I don't know. I forget. But, man, this guy can manual for days. I love this game. Alright. So the thing about a slapper is you can see that, like, you know, when it comes to the truck and the wheel, like, if you hit any kind of an obstacle, like a wall, it's just gonna get hung up and that's it. End of story, right? But the thing about this slapper attachment I'm trying to talk about is it hooks onto the truck and it provides a slanted kind of like, you know, a slanted kind of foundation? I don't know, man. Basically, when you roll up to a curb, your slanted slapper thing is gonna actually propel you up the curb. And then if you lean on your nose a little bit, your back trucks are naturally gonna go up and over the curb. So hypothetically, if you got a nice slapper on the front of your, you know, trucks, or maybe on each end if you maybe like do switch stance or what have you. I've never actually owned one, but I've seen a video or two where somebody... Here, you know what? This is a great video game. I'm very curious. This is when streaming works to my advantage. When I'm actually wondering about something, but I don't care about myself enough to learn. And then I do a stream and I care enough about you to enlighten you, so like I actually enlighten myself that way. This is one of those times when it pays off, because I'm not even quite sure, like, at all about what it might actually be like. So let's kill it. I'm gonna load up a web browser and we're gonna see exactly, just maybe somebody's taken the time, I suspect somebody has, to make a nice video about slappers. I hope that's what they're called. I'm not even sure. It's kind of a specialized topic. It's nothing that a new school skateboarder would know about. It's more like something Bill Danforth could probably go on at length about. You know what I mean? If you know who that is. Dude, speaking of Bill Danforth, I was on the YouTube not too long ago watching Jeremy Klein videos, and he was hanging out with Willie Santos talking about Eddie Raddigy. I was like, son of a bitch, nobody ever talks about Eddie Raddigy. That's cool. Fuck, Willie Santos was actually the motherfucker that brought him up. That was pretty cool. Jeremy Klein, he should be like a major tastemaker. Like, he should be a social influencer. That guy is a skateboard video gamer from hell, and you barely ever hear anything about him. Like, that's why I have no respect for society. Because the people that should be celebrities aren't. That's like, you want me to respect your lame-ass celebrity? Why don't you respect mine, Jeremy Klein? That's what's up. I guess I'll just have to live my life as a rebel till the day I die. Oh well. So be it. The secret to Slappies? No. I don't even know if I got the terminology right. Here. Oh, you can't see. Son of a bitch. Sorry. Here, let me fix that. My bad. My bad, you guys. I got the wrong display up. Okay then, where were we? Alright, so none of this has to do with anything that I'm talking about. Aw, son of a bitch. My bad, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just not... I'm on point today. I'm still a born loser, though. Even if you're on point, you're still gonna suck if you're a born loser, so it's no big deal. I'm sure you're familiar with my style. Okay. I don't think I'm remembering the name of the product right. Let's go to oldschoolskates.com. I've been going here for about 20 years or something, I don't know. I was already old school the moment I started going to this site, but now I'm even more old school. Did I do something to upset you? Okay. Guess it's under accessories. Lappers! They're not called slappers. They're called lappers. God damn it. That's the exact kind of thing that would cause me to fail an exam. It's like, I know the answer. I'm just fucking it up because I'm dyslexic. Oh, whatever. Fuck you, society. You don't need my talents. Fuck off. I'll get the answer eventually. So instead of slappers, yes, I should have been looking up lappers. Alright. Let's check it out. I'm dying to see this.
So this video is going to be how to put on a lapper for your skateboard. Let's get started. With the lapper, if you buy the ones online, they come with these huge bolts, or at least these two, and you'll see they're much longer. But you want to put the bolt through, You want to screw one of the axle nuts in. Then you want to put these little washers that come with it on top of one.
See, I was gonna trip out for a second, because, like, those are just like the independent bolts that I just bought. And I needed them, they're like 1.5 inches, you know? Because I got risers, you know? Because I'm old school. But this motherfucker has risers, and his bolts are still hella over long, like, that's like, I know what he's talking about.
Then the next step after that is
those are probably like 3-inch bolts or something insane.
Well, axle nut set on both sides.
Ah,
shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. Cool. Take that one out. I'll put silver on that one.
What a crazy little invention, right?
Perfect.
You know, most skaters are trying to lighten their decks like a fucking NASCAR racer or some shit.
Cleaner.
Isn't that backwards?
You got the washer.
That doesn't seem right.
Not the washer, sorry.
I thought you're supposed to put the lapper on the other side so you can roll up curbs.
And there you have it. And if you're having issues with that top clearance right there, just saw it off.
Okay.
Be creative. But yeah, that's how you put it on.
Be creative. That's good advice. Still, though. Wow, that kid looks familiar. Looks like the kid in that one video with the dancing pig that I played. Anyway. You know the one. What the fuck? That's cool to see an in real life example of that. But that's practically the exact opposite of how I thought the lapper worked. I don't know if I'm getting the wrong impression, or maybe some people use them on the outside, maybe some people use them on the inside. I'm trying to imagine what the benefits would even be from having one on the inside like that. Like, how's that supposed to help you out? I don't know. Yeah, copers are kind of stupid, but I guess if you wear them down enough, you can actually grind longer. I don't know, man. It's kind of an iffy subject. Most people aren't going to endorse truck copers. They're kind of stupid. But whatever. If they work to your advantage, fuck convention. I personally have never been a coper user. No, we're not slappy, we're lappy. Looks like there's not too many videos on lappers. Lappy? Lap? We got this one dude. That one dude on the entirety of YouTube. Okay. Copers. That's a very... I'm impressed that YouTube can make that connection. It's probably because the users that are looking up lappers are probably looking up accessories, and they're curious about copers too, and fucking YouTube managed to make that link somehow. I know you're all very impressed with the AI of today. I'm not, but it's okay. It is impressive, just not to me. Where was I? Yeah, I think that's the one lapper video on the entirety of YouTube. That's kind of a bummer. Oh well, whatever, man. You know, mainstream. Yeah, I'm so mainstream. I'm into all the trendy shit. Like lappers and copers. Like I say, copers are kind of so-so. I wouldn't really fuck with that. But I am curious to try a lapper. Even if that guy put it on backwards. The one video on YouTube shows a guy installing the lapper backwards. What, you don't believe me? Dude, I'm not making this up. You don't believe me. You think I'm a liar, and I just want to make fun of the grungy hippie, huh? You know what? I'm pretty grungy. I got no reason to diss a hippie, other than they're more stoned than I am, and I might be a little jealous of that, okay? So what? I gotta quit drinking anyways. Like, for my liver and these fucking pills I gotta take. Alright, maybe I'll take up smoking some more ganja. Maybe that'll help me to do it. Maybe maybe my smelliness will be attributable to, like, my weed smoking rather than my lack of showering. You know I live in the desert, right? Water is precious. Whether you're using it to wash your clothes or maybe just take a shower. I don't know. It's true. Okay, where was I? I guess let me Google this first. I'm gonna Google Lapper curb and see if it knows what I want. Old school truck Lapper curb hopper. See? They're referring to it as a curb hopper right here in this video. Let me shrink myself, my screen, my display here. One makes you smaller, the other makes you larger. Feed your head. Yeah, you see, they call them curb hoppers. Oh, I guess that one's installed backwards as well. Okay, you know what? I get it. Here's how it works. It all makes sense to me now. Now that I know that that guy wasn't a stone stupid hippie. Slow, stupid, and hungry! Slow, stupid, and hungry! Legalizing marijuana, maybe they should, maybe they oughta. Legalizing marijuana, maybe they should, maybe they oughta. Slow, stupid, and hungry! No, the way it works is you push on your kicktail and you get your nose up the curb on your own. But when your back trucks need to get up over the curb, the lapper helps you slide up the curb. That's how it works. Fuck, man. I was, like, in my mind, when I heard that you could, like, be a curb hopper with lappers, I was being so lazy, I wasn't even concerned about getting the front over the curb. I was hoping that putting them on the outside would work so well, you could just slide up the curb to begin with. Like some kind of a handicap wheelchair ramp scenario. That's what I was hoping for. But I guess you're still responsible about getting, you know, your nose over the curb. You got to at least be able to press on the kicktail enough to pull that maneuver off before you get your lapper to do the rest of the work for your back wheels. Alright. Well, guys, my neck hurts really bad, and I even took a pain pill, and I just don't even feel like streaming anymore. But if I feel better, I'll continue later. So, party on. Skate or die.